Devin Haney taking on Lomachenko. It's going to be kicking off. Main thing, main fight, undisputed. What's going to be happening? What say you? What do you guys think about this fight? So, a lot of people's got their own opinion. Some people think, Lomachenko's over the hill now. Some people think he's old. Some people think he's slow. People think he's not going to have a chance of winning the. Some people think that Devin Haney's just too young and too fresh for him, or some people think that Lomachenko will be able to run the clock back. But listen, if one man's able to run the clock back or use his experience, it's going to be Lomachenko. Obviously, Devin Haney, he's very well skilled himself. He's quick, naturally bigger than Lomachenko as well. And obviously, even I think they even had after Devin, who was it that fight? I think it was after Devin Haney's recent fight or after Lomachenko's recent fight, or maybe they were in the ring after a particular fight. Did the face off, meet and greet, or whatever you want to call it. Lomachenko himself was just like, right, like Devin Haney, like, you sure you were in the same weight class? Because even here, you can tell that, Devin Haney is a much bigger naturally than Lomachenko. So obviously he's going to have to squeeze himself down into that 135 pounds, which he's doing it, but I don't think it's necessarily easy for him because in, Devin Haney's last fight against Kambosos, you could tell that he really had to seriously drain himself, and whether that was, in a very, way that his body's really going to take that well, we don't know. But he looked very, let's just say it didn't look right. Let's just put it that way. So we have to wait and see, obviously, what happens, man, with this one. Lomachenko, he's tough. This most recent fight, obviously, we remember what his fight was like against Teofimo Lopez. He says, and a lot of people say that Lomachenko was injured in that fight. And I think it was his left shoulder or right shoulder, which could probably affect his performance there. So, should we read too much into that in terms of judging him based too much of what he wasn't able to do against Teofimo Lopez just based on that injury? At the same time, we've seen, Devin Haney, he's been looking good, but I would say against when he fought Jorge Linares, didn't look fantastic. Took a couple shots there. Especially when Linares was really letting his hands go, and things in that sense. And if we're going to talk about a skilled fighter in Lomachenko is someone that does know how to find those angles, can mentally exhaust you as well. Even Teofimo Lopez said recently, like, if you're not on it, like Lomachenko can mentally exhaust you to the point where you start making mistakes and he's landing the shots. Even when you saw him fight Lomachenko fight Teofimo Lopez, you could see that there's certain points that Teofimo was getting a bit tired, and then Lomachenko started to land shots, and then Teofimo Lopez had to kind of compose himself and be like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Like, put everything back together. But it's a tough fight. It's a very good fight. It's experience versus like the young talented fighter. Which will come on top, experience or the young talent that obviously that Devin Haney is bringing. I feel like this fight is gonna. I see this fight going 12 rounds. It will be a matter of who gets the decision. I won't be surprised if it was a split decision win either way, because Lomachenko has the skills to win the fight, and Devin Haney, he's actually regard. I would arguably say he's got more punching power. And that is saying something, because I don't think Devin Haney's got the greatest punching power, but as he's got more punching power than Lomachenko, he's got longer arm reach than Lomachenko. He's actually bigger than Lomachenko, so it's going to be interesting to see the tactics that Devin Haney brings to this fight, because it's for undisputed. Who is supposed to be the best at 135 pounds? Gervonta Tank Davis would have something to say about that. He would argue, Tank would argue, say that I will knock out both of these guys. But then again, Tank, he's had to fight Lomachenko in the past, never took them fights. People have been talking about him fighting Devin Haney. He's not taking them fights in the past. Now he'll probably have to take those fights, because those are going to be the biggest paydays out there for him at 135 pounds, Lomachenko and Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson if he moves up. So we have to wait and see what happens on that one. But Lomachenko versus Devin Haney, I think it's going to be a very, very good fight. It can go, I suspect it'll go either way by split decision. I don't see either man just dominating the other. you know. So we have to wait and see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Devin Haney versus Lomachenko? You know, we've got some quotes here from a few guys. We've got Paulie Malignaggi saying, I do see Lomachenko taking control over the fight as the fight wears on. I believe he's going to start a little faster than he did in the Teofimo Lopez fight. That's what Malignaggi says. He also says, obviously, in the Lopez fight, there were a couple of reasons why he started slow. One was a shoulder injury, which I mentioned myself on this vid, and he also says, but obviously Lopez was has a lot of firepower, something that Haney hasn't have, and that's exactly what I said. I said Devin Haney hasn't got the firepower Teofimo Lopez has got. Teofimo Lopez has the power to drop Lomachenko, has the power to potentially knock him out. He was hurting Lomachenko to the body with body shots. You know, Devin Haney hasn't got that kind of, you know, scary power that's going to really get Lomachenko shook like that, like the way Teofimo Lopez was able to. And with the way Malignaggi is going on with the, you know, Lomachenko winning maybe late, I can see how that could be, because Lomachenko has that ability. If he does start quick, you know, making Devin Haney have to think a lot, you know, being more active, picking up those 50-50 rounds, and they're starting to find his angles and things in that sense, you know, just try and bamboozle a younger fighter. You can see how Lomachenko could win. That Paulie Malignaggi says. But at the same time, you can still see how Devin Haney can win, being younger, being fresher, you know, being a very good boxer, having good defense himself. And people could say, okay, if Teofimo Lopez was able to box the way he boxed, who's to say Devin Haney can't box the way he boxed? Box even better than Teofimo Lopez did and get his own split or unanimous decision. So, man, this is why we like boxing. We need to see the fights. Fights are not won by opinions and hearsay. They're won by who gets the victory in the ring. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Not Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. Drop your comments again. Be sure to like the video, share the video again, and follow me on KO Boxing Vibe 1 on Twitter, official KO Boxing Vibe on Instagram. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay locked to everything KO Boxing Vibe. Cool.